Welcome back to more Blueprints here on the channel, and we are going to jump right into day number 67. And last time we we went to I'm blanking on what we did. We There we go. We're good. We got the 8th and final Sanctum Key and the Realm Sigil. It was kind of the big thing we figured out. Today, it's kind of tough. I feel like we're potentially in a weird place where I'm not exactly sure what. We don't have like a ton of goals. I think there's a few things we could attempt to do. Just looking at where I'm at on some of these. When the draft strategy sweepstakes. Okay, yep. So, I would love to continue to get Bullseye Trophy, or continue to work towards the Bullseye Trophy. We only need 5 more dartboards. Puzzles completed to get that. Obviously, getting room 8 is one of our big goals. And then if, we get the opportunity to get the showroom, we've had a ton of gold the last few days. We just haven't been able to get the showroom. These other ones, such as, reach room 46 in dare mode, curse mode, room 46 in 1 day, in under an hour. Those are ones we would do, I think, after we complete everything we feel like there is to complete in this game. We would probably attempt to do some of those afterwards, but these are the ones that we'll be working towards. We could do the trophy of drafting, which I believe is 20, maybe 25 dead end rooms in 1 day. I really have never paid attention to how close we are in that, but I'm sure there's some good strategies that you could go for with that. Obviously, observatory, getting the Draxus the dead, and then probably like bunk room, maybe even grabbing, once you've done a bunch, then grabbing Chamber of Mirrors so that you can re-grab them, because to be honest, I don't even know how many dead end rooms there are in this game, so that would be probably pretty tough. Probably need the ability to re-roll a lot, so I would think study would be really important, and then just a way to get a lot of gems. But I think what we want to do today is really try and get the gallery. So I am going to shoot for getting a way to re-roll, which I think if we went with utility closet right here is not terrible. It at least gets us through some. Yeah, let's just take it, get it out of the way. So we can go in, mess with stuff. But yeah, I think we definitely want a way to re-roll. I would like to get Tomb to just go look at the angels. This is a very interesting first few rooms. Interesting. I thought about taking weight room, but okay, Den is fine here. Some rooms we don't normally get this early. Like weight room and it's like commissary. beautiful. And, you know, our ultimate goal is to try and figure out how to get through the tunnel and through that final door. I would say that. I mean, that's really what we're trying to work towards, and my theory was that it had to do with completing the 8 realm sigils. Doesn't appear that's the case, so I don't know. We got to kind of go back to the drawing board as far as what we think might solve that puzzle for us. But I think doing gallery would be fantastic. I think we have an idea of how to solve the last painting, and maybe that gives us some more information. I hope it's not just 2 chests that have gems in them. That would kind of suck for how much work it's been to try and figure out what the answers are. But all right, let's solve this. Okay, I hate these ones that have these. The reason is because I don't quite know if it means that this counts. I gotta assume that this does not count if it's written like this, like in quotations, in blue, like that. So, because a box that displays the word true is false, that would just create like a paradox, I guess. So, I'm going to assume, when I'm doing this right now, that this does not count as having the word true on it. This would count as having the word true on it. And this would count as having the word gems. Okay. But the other 2 don't. Okay. So if we say a box that displays the word true is false. So if this is true, it makes this false. And this white box is true and does not contain gems. So the white box is true and does not contain gems. If this was false, it means okay. It means the gems are in here, and also that this is false as well. A box that displays the word gems is empty. But making this false would mean that this has the gems. So in that way, this would say that both have the gems. So I don't think this can be true. So let's say if this is true, a box that displays the word gems is empty. So this makes this true. The white box is true, that this is empty, and that works. And the white box does not contain gems, which means the gems are in here. I think that's our answer. Final answer for $1 million. We lost. Oh no. Well, I really hope it's not because having the word I hate that. Yeah, this is why these ones are weird. I felt pretty good about that, so okay. The white box is true and does not contain gems. If it's true, this is true. A box that displays the word gems is empty. I mean, that's very weird. Box that displays the word true is false. So let's approach it like having the word true on here makes it false. So this is false, but then makes the statement false. You know? That's where it gets weird. I I don't understand the rules of that and how that works. Yeah, I'm really not sure, because I felt like if this was true, it made both of these false. Which means the gems were in here, but also the gems are in here. I really don't have an answer. Let's double check. They're not in here? They're not hiding on me? Felt really good about that. That's why I'm confused. So let's say a box that displays the word gems is empty. If this is false, it means this has gems in it. I really don't know. I actually don't quite understand this one. A box that... Okay, so let's say this is true. A box that displays the word gems is empty. This has the word gems and this has the word gems, so they would both be empty. So that's obviously not right. So the only option is that this is false. A box that displays the word gems is empty. Maybe it's about this statement. Like, so if this statement is false, the white box is true and does not contain gems. Is it just false about the white? No, but it says there will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statement. Okay. So here's where the thing could be, and where this is starting to get very complicated. One box has to only display false statements, and one box only has to display true statements. But what we haven't run into is a box that has a true and a false statement on it at the same time. Which I think technically, now that that's what I think I'm realizing, is that can technically happen. If you have one box that is completely false and one box that is completely true, the third box could be partially true and partially false, which I think is this box. I think one of these statements is true and one of the statements is false. So that's crazy. Okay. So I think we can figure that out now. So we already tried this being true. So let's say this is false. A box that displays the word true is false. Okay, actually, let's say this is true. A box that displays the words gems is empty. So it makes this empty. It says the white box is true, which is right, and does not contain gems. But we're going to say that part of it is false, which means it does contain the gems. If it's not this, then I have no fucking clue. Okay. Wow. Okay. So now we have to... That's one of the toughest ones we run into. There is the possibility that the third box is not completely true or false. It could have statements that are both true and false. If the other true... Okay, anyways. We don't need to explain it further than that. That's kind of wild. We at least got the gems. That took way too long. Okay, what do we want to do here? Oh yeah, we do have the key card. What am I doing? I just didn't look in my inventory. Okay. We just need some rerolls. And then, yeah. Gallery. I would go definitely for study today. Green rooms do not cost gems to draft. That could be good, but it is a dead end. You know, I'm not super worried about it because we have the keycard. We can always draft out of Foundation if we have to. So make sure we have plenty of keys. How interesting. That one definitely stumped me. Let's take hallway here. Maybe get some dice out of this. Okay. Like security. Drawing room seems pretty good. Let's go run an experiment first before we go any further. Okay. Know where that gem is. Oh, we can actually crank this up to high. And at the very least, they're unlocked, so if we somehow lose our key card. Let's just make sure we keep ordering something, because it does really help with our commissary. I like just getting the magnifying glass. It's been getting us the sledgehammer, running shoes, and the sleeping mask every time. No new mail. And we can remote terminal access. I think we want to do the experiment again still. House feature. Lower the water in the reservoir by 1 level. Does that just completely empty that water? Is that a good thing? I mean, I feel like it could be, because then we could have like eventually could lower the well where it's empty, the fountain. We could just have everything empty that we need. Doesn't seem terrible. Let's try it out. Apologize for the quick break there. Let's try this. I don't know if it's gonna be good or not, but I don't see it hurting us too much. Like, worst case, we just empty the reservoir by 6 and then we can just refill it sometime. I mean, there's enough water from the fountain. Yep. And there's pool. Now we could take conference room, take bedroom. We could get bedroom out of the way since I don't really need it anywhere else. Take bedroom. Okay, I will take... Probably will just miss out on the corner room, but I do want the dice. You draft here while we're here. Take kennel. Don't want the shovel. Okay, I like coat check. Now we can start digging. Get plenty of gems. Buddy. Alright, let's go to the outer room. We have 2 rerolls, so we would really like Tomb or probably the what's it called? I know what it's called. Shrine. Probably be the top 2 we would want. But I think 2 more. I mean, it would be nice to get a blessing going. There's shrine. Ugh. Okay, let's do it. We're not really sure what else we want to do anyways, and I don't even know if we'll solve anything by going to the tomb, so this at least gets us something for future days. Bad fast, are you sure you want to? It's there again. I don't really want to curse, I'll tell you that. It's got to be a good thing about being cursed. What if I was cursed and then... I don't think you could do that. Get cursed and then have draft the... Yeah, you need that other blessing. The blessing of the monk. To be able to draft something in here. I'm not sure, like, what the point of that is. You know, the Curse of Blackbridge, and then this. Is there any positive to getting cursed? Is there somewhere you can only go if you are cursed, you know? I don't know. Just dump it all. We got Blessing of the Monk again for the 3rd straight time. Okay. I'm not upset by that. Blessing of the Monk keeps popping up, which is so interesting. There's so many blessings we've never gotten. It's almost like the game wants me to keep doing it. Do it. Okay, the only way you could do it is if you... Could you even do it? You wouldn't be able to. I was going to say you end where you want to today, and then the next day you then get cursed while you have that there, but yeah, I don't think it works. Yeah, I'm so confused by that. Okay. Well, wherever we end up today, I mean, we could try vestibule again, try rotating it. I mean, that would be a few other rooms we could also try. Try redrawing. Take observatory here. Okay. Beautiful. Key. 4 doors. I don't know if I especially want that right now. I don't know if there's a 4-door room we're going for. Let's redraw. Take conference room. I don't actually know what I was doing. I was just looking at things. Just looked at this game so much. Start overthinking stuff, but that's kind of what this game is about, is overthinking things. Truly. Just take West Wing Hall. Greater chance of finding items in green rooms. We're more likely to draw green rooms. We don't necessarily want to be more likely, but I would take items. We want to get gallery. And study really feels like something we need to get, because we're gonna have a lot of gems. So if we get the opportunity, yeah, we could take patio here. Other item. Could even make the power hammer, I think, now. Okay, we will take study. This actually can be really good for us. Now that we can use our gems, our excess of gems. The shore of White Sands. Until we meet on the shore of White Sands. Now, is that like a religious thing? Or like, you know, like a heaven sort of deal? Or are we talking literal shore of White Sands, which is where they were meeting? I don't know. There's been a few mentions of White Sands, and I haven't quite... I think even Great Alzara maybe mentions White Sands. Maybe it's like where Castle Orindia is. Okay. We have the possibility to do the chess puzzle again, if we want. Which would be kind of interesting to look at what King is again. I always forget what King does, but I remember it being, I feel like, one that I was considering. Maybe it would be worth trying again. We could definitely re-roll. I just don't like that secret, where the secret passage is going in that case. We don't want... Could take Throne Room. Could actually get to the back of Throne Room here. Let's try that. So let's go back to Observatory and see if we can draft something that goes to that wall. I would be curious if there's anything on the back. There might not be, but we still have through Foundation if we need. Take Courtyard since we'll have 2 doors. Awesome Town would be nice though. Nope, there's nothing there. Which, you know, it doesn't really show anything up here, but I thought that would, I mean, it's worth checking, that's for sure. Metal detector. Okay. Still so confused about Throne Room. The former seat of power of Orinda Ares before the current era and the rise of the Red Banner. Reclaim the crown. How? How, I ask? I mean, by having this room drafted, would that open the, you know, the tunnel? That final door? I would take pool, but I'm kind of... I kind of just don't want to add things in my draft pool because I really want to just get gallery today. And we're gonna re-roll a bunch for that here soon. Just want to make sure we have I guess it was just for that. Thought it was something else that was beeping. Redraw. We could take Vault. I'm not really looking for gold today. I will take Workshop because if we're continuing north, I mean, it's good potentially to draw this from the north. And the reason why I would do this is because I could, if I get the lockpick kit, I can make the extra powerful one, and maybe I can then get vestibule, and then we can rotate it. I don't know. We could totally make the power hammer too today if we wanted. Which I think... Do I have a picture of the library? I gotta remember if I have that. So we have 3 things that the battery pack can be in. What else can the battery pack be in besides the power hammer and the jackhammer? What's with the compass? It's the electromagnet, that's what it is. No, I think I'd rather have the... So we'll have power hammer. Oops. Power hammer and jackhammer. Oh, hi, buddy. I see you. Be right back. Oh, actually, you might be going up. Whoa, that was a big yawn. Going out in the window? Where are you going? You go look out the window, buddy. Looks very nice. Okay. So we got the power hammer. Is there anything else? We could do that. If we needed to burn anything. I don't think we do though. So let's go up one. And we are going to lower the reservoir. I want something that goes up. Could do pool, but again, don't necessarily want to add things. Break room. Could do secret passage. Locksmith. I want things that keep going north. Alright, the reservoir has been lowered. Which, if we wanted something that goes north, probably green or orange. Let's see what it gets us here for green. Probably aquarium and then morning room. Could take morning room. I don't even think we added it to our draft pool either. Let's take it. Take armory again. The heck? Are there letters at the bottom of this? The heck? Just, I think it says Cinca. It's like MTHEBQZ. It's like newspaper clipping or something. Very confused by that. The morning room. The best thing to go with breakfast is a morning newspaper and coffee. You know, it's kind of... I feel like this room would be cooler. It's kind of a disappointing room. So I'll show you. At least from what I've been able to get from it. Don't really think there's much. There's just this newspaper that... It would be cool if there was like a different newspaper. Like once a week or something. Baron Bafflers. Like, what else does this tell us? It just kind of gives us some background information, which was useful early on, but... I don't have any answers. I don't know. Let's work back to throne room. Could wait for showroom. I mean, we might take that. We don't have a lot of gold anymore. It's okay. Forgot that we had spread gyms to green rooms. Okay. What is with this night specifically? It's really weird when you go up and down, it almost feels like the eyes like move a little bit. At least for me. When you move all the cam, it's the way they're designed. Like the art of him is just makes him look like they are moving. Which maybe that was intentional. Castle, cloak, court. I will take gallery though. Anytime. Take chapel here. Break room seems good. Okay, gallery here. Let's redraw a bunch. We have 28. See if we can pull it. So we get something really, really good. Like, if we get vestibule, I might try for that. Showroom's interesting, but we don't have a lot of gold, so I would otherwise. Treasure trove is solid. Vestibule. It's gonna test me, huh? Okay, we could take vestibule. Yeah, let's do it since we have the monk. Probably should try and get take Great Hall. Just get it out. I was just thinking we could probably take I forgot what I was thinking now. Oh yeah, locksmith. Because I wanted to combine metal detector with the lockpick kit. And to be honest, I might put that in the coat check so that I could then potentially use that to draft the vestibule and unlock that door. Oh wait, we want ornate compass though too. Shoot. Kind of want both. Okay. The one time I want the gallery. Showroom again. Could do solarium, get more likely to get rare and unusual rooms. That's actually, let's do it. Because I believe gallery is rare. That's 7. What am I doing? Yeah, it's rare. Okay. So that helps us. We can keep snagging more gems, hopefully. Yep. Beautiful. Oh, and a lucky rabbit's foot. I wish I could rotate that because I want it to go left as well. I did say locksmith would be good, but not here. Let's take cloister. Reina. Hell yeah. Key to the secret garden. And we get some more dice. Beautiful. More dice. Love that. Really good. Okay. Maybe we go left here. This is locked. We could take. Just close the exhibit. Do observatory. There's nothing we couldn't get the crown from the closed exhibit. We haven't drafted it since I took the crown and brought it to the throne room, and I don't know if it just goes back there. I would assume probably, but I'll take observatory. Just for the extra gems. Key. Okay. Could take Secret Garden here. Would be the only place that I could actually take it. Just limits where I can even get gallery right now. See if we can get it here. We should be able to get rare rooms right now, so mailroom would be good, but gallery, haha. Okay, and we still have a door there, so really, this is great. I really wanted to. I hope whatever room 8 is, it's a dead end, and it could go here, because I think there's a possibility if we solve the last gallery. Okay, the gems do come back, so that's nice. There's a possibility that this door would open. Okay, at least you always get the gems out of it every time. I thought that's what was I'm not taken, but okay. So we had talked about this on the last video, but I had a theory. We know it starts with the letter R. And then based on these ones, think, ponder, realize it's some sort of synonym that goes with that. I still don't know what ponder is, other than I thought it was like, I thought, oh, maybe there's like a red pawn. There's no red pawn. So, pawn, peon, onder, on, red, reverse, backwards. I don't know. Something like that. I understand what think is. The real eyes kind of make sense. I don't know, like, I get the eyes, but actual objective, I don't know, really understand what the rest of this. We kind of got lucky with that one. So what I think, it's a synonym. So I did look up synonyms for ponder, and I also thought with the 8, the last 3 letters could be, or somewhere in there could be, eight. Woohoo! Okay, so I was looking up synonyms, are a big long list, and there were actually a few that had 8, but there was one that really stood out to me, because that word is ruminate. R-U-M-I-N-A-T-E. Ruminate, because if you actually sound it out, room in 8. Room, I mean, this game is about rooms. It just 8. It kind of just, I feel like, fits. Pretty sure there's a U here. I remember all the vowels. I'm pretty sure there's an M here too. Ruminate. That's my final answer. Yes! Fuck yeah. Holy crap. That's incredible. Yes! And the reason that I also thought we could get room 8 out of this was because it was room in 8. Oh my god. Holy fucking. Key 8 presumably will unlock room 8. How does this work? I'm scared now. Okay. We were right that this would potentially lead us to room 8. How freaking cool. We're about to get a full, whatever trophy it is for our 110th room. How crazy. If this requires a key. Will it work here? No, it does not fit. Shoot. Okay. Where does it work? It may have to be somewhere else in the house. We could try it here. Maybe it'll work on the edge. If not, I would consider putting it in the coat check. Although I would think anytime we draft the gallery now, it would be there. So. It has a door on the other side, maybe? What? Oh, it has a door to the right. Interesting that it wouldn't work near the antechamber. Maybe that goes somewhere. It's literally that room. What the fuck? What the fuck? Well, let's get our Explorer's Trophy in recognition of traversing every corner of the house. Let's go. You have been awarded the Explorer's Trophy for completing the Mount Holly directory. Sweet. Hell yeah. Well, this is totally worth this day. But what the heck is going on in here? Oh my god, I just had a realization. These pedestals? I don't know if this is actually a real realization, but Are each of the 7 red letters like correlate to a different like deadly sin? Avarice, mundanity. There's 8 in here now. Mundanity was hiding back here in the picture. Oh god. Okay, so there's clearly a puzzle in here. Oh gosh, okay. It's the 7 deadly sins. The sum of my sin as it is penned is a number within the room we are in. What the fuck? You won't find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin on the end. Okay. How many of these are there? There are 8. Look at the elephant and the doggy. It's like a mouse, rabbit, a bear. So I don't remember what the one I just picked up said, so that's not great. I don't know if I can move them or not. Oh, the sum of my sin as it is penned is a number within the room we are in. As it is penned is a number within the room we are in. 8. Plus is a number within the room we are in. Okay. To first begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. So it would be hubris, gluttony, or mundanity. I recommend you think again if I am ever in a bin far from the fin, far from the end. Is that the end? Far from the... This is crazy. Okay. Should just read all of these. To my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. So it would probably be like mundanity would be the one that's written thin. Could be gluttony, but so it could be avarice. He won't fin my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin on the end. And then this is either mundanity or hubris. I share a trend with my neighbor's sin, a letter and its twin appear on each bin. My neighbor's with my neighbor's sin, a letter and its twin. Okay, so that could mean a few things. Letter and its twin appear in each bin. On each bin. So it's like the double T. Gluttony. Could be A for avarice. If we spend a min or 10 lounging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. Okay. So that's probably sloth? Sloth, kind of like laziness. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. Bin I tend near the bend is near the bend in the tail of the skin. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, this. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. Okay. That's what that is. Oh, you can pick them up and read them better. Alright, I think that's that. Which means you won't find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin on the end. That's mundanity. Okay. Oh, I see. It put it back, so you just hold one. Cool. So then you can read it. To first begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. So now we're don't have that. So it's gluttony or envy. I feel like it's envy, because I think something else is gluttony. The sum of my sin, the total of my sin as it is penned, is a number within the room we are in. Is a number. 8 letters, maybe? It's only gluttony. If it's 8 letters, then that... Okay, I'm gonna say that's gluttony. I recommend you think again if I am ever in a bin far from the fin. The fin. Not sure. To my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. I feel like that's probably... the neighbor is probably mundanity. I share a trend with my neighbor's sin, a letter and its twin appear on each bin. Well, wrath and lust share T. I think this is sloth or wrath, but I'm not sure. I mean, there's only 3 options, but I don't think it's lust. If we spend a min or 10 lounging, then you'll know which bin I'm often in. So I'm saying that's sloth. Lust and wrath. A letter and its twin. Oh, I think it's... I think it's U and W. I share a trend with my neighbor's sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. Oh, I'm thinking it was like T and T, like appear on both, like 2 T's or 2 O's or 2 A's. I think it's a letter, U, and its twin, W, appear on each bin. So it's U and W. Which means this, I recommend you think again if I'm ever in a bin far from the fin. I mean, I wouldn't say it's far. To my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. This could be somewhere else. Maybe this goes here. Since it's... I recommend you think again if I'm ever in a bin far from the end. And this is, to my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. I mean, it could be gluttony. What is sloth? If we spend a min or 10 lounging the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. Maybe I have that wrong. I may need to look up what the sins actually are for this. Deadly sins, laziness. Sloth. That's sloth. Okay. If we spend a min or 10 lounging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. Wouldn't you say laziness? A more traditional family room, warm and inviting, so comfortable one might assume that the countless clocks surrounding the sofas are placed in a futile attempt to avoid inevitably wasting the entire day here. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. Yeah, I mean, it's near it. To first begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. That has to be the other end. The sum of my sin as it is penned is a number within the room we are in. 8. Are there any other 8-letter ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No? Love that's just called room 8. Oh, wait. What's the one that says near the fin? Near the fin! I was thinking it was the end. Okay, hold on. Are we holding any? This is fine. Okay. So what's the one that says, to my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. This is the one that says, I recommend you think again if I'm ever in a bin far from the fin. Okay, so it doesn't go here. It goes here or here. First begin. What if that goes there? It's near the fin. I recommend you think ever. So that has to go. Right? Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. I want that. Whoops. I want that one there because I want it to be near. I guess it could be gluttony and wrath from the other way, but let's leave it there for now. First begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. So is this for sure gluttony? Yeah, it is. Fuck. Okay. I think that's right. This could be here. Avarice? I think that's where we had it originally, but maybe we're just a little off here. There's something else I'm supposed to do. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. That seems right. I recommend you think again if I'm ever in a bin far from the fin. So that's this one or this one. I share a trend with my neighbor's sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. first begin placing within a bin with an N within its... Oh, the fuck? That's not right. Okay. Hold on. That has to go there then. This one has to go envy with the N. I think this has got to be right. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. W with U on both sides. The fuck? That's sloth. Some of my sin, as it is pen, is a number within the room we are in. 8 letters. I share... I recommend you think again if I'm ever in a bin far from the fin. Maybe these two are switched. I don't know. I share a turn with my neighbor's sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. These two could be reversed. I mean, it's not far from the fin. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. Near. What is considered near? Could it be there? To first begin placing within a bin with an N within its sin. There's only those 3, and I feel pretty good about those 2. I share a trend with my neighbor's sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. Could this be considered the end? I mean, they're not end of that row, like it's not in between. I don't know. I'm gonna try this. Because it says a share trend with my neighbor's sin, a letter and its twin appear on each bin. I thought it was U and W. It could be the double A and the double N. Like I was originally thinking, but I'll find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin down on the end. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. I think that's good there. Let's try something else. What if the lion goes here? Oh, shit. It's another N. You won't find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be down on the end. This one goes here. I share a trend with my neighbor's sin. And the bin I tends to be near. Maybe it doesn't have to be. I feel like something would happen, no? Let's read about it. Unsurprisingly, Key 8 unlocked a door leading to a familiar-looking room, a cryptic room that had been previewed in the final 8-letter artwork exhibited in the gallery. It is now time to ruminate over the bins, sins, and pins contained within. definitely ruminating, that's for sure. So the key's gone. I wonder the next day, is the key going to be back in the gallery, or is this just always going to be now obtainable? And I'm not sure if there's something we're supposed to do if we have it right. Like, I would think it would just work. I feel like we were really close. Maybe we were just one off. I feel like we were closer earlier. Near the bend in the tail of the skin. It's near the bend. Does it have to be right in front of it? I don't know. I recommend you think again if I'm ever in a bin far from the fin. Okay, it's near that. I share a trend with my neighbor's sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. Letter and its twin. This one's weird. I share a trend with my neighbor's sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. Is that maybe just saying the same letter? It doesn't even have to be a double letter. But there's a lot of overlap in that case. I feel very strongly about the sum of my sin as it is penned is a number within the room we are in. Right? Unless there's something 8. Mundanity. I don't think so. It's the only one that's 8 letters. Bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. You won't see me sin between. I feel like these are the ends. This is tough. Near the bend. Tail of the skin. Near the bend. I feel like that's right here. A bend with an N within its sin. Probably already tried this. To my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. That's the one that's written the most thin. They are neighbors. What's also considered neighbors? Like, is this a neighbor with that? Or are they not close enough to be considered neighbors? If we spend a min or 10 lounging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. Maybe this is wrong. Maybe this is to do with time. Like wasting time. I don't know. This is tough. If we spend a min or 10 lounging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. I feel like that's just, yeah, you're being lazy, which is sloth. Anything again if I'm ever in a bin far from the fin. Have I switched these? I feel like I have. What do I do now? Not sure. Let's walk out. Oh, finally done with the gallery. That one was tough. Definitely one of the toughest puzzles in this game. I really had no idea for the longest time. Just slowly made it work. We could do locksmith. We're saying we wanted to get the, yeah. Any reason to get in the antechamber right now? Don't need to go that way. We should go to the break room. We actually haven't even done that. Real quick. What was that? Gold? it's in there. Alright, let's get this done. 13. Oh, okay. This is rounding, so 38 divided by 10 is 3.8. Rounded to the nearest whole number is 4. Okay. 6 minus 0.33 is 0.567 basically. Repeating, of course. And rounded to the nearest whole number is 6. 18 rounded to nearest 10 is 20. 11 rounded to is 10. Jeez. 10 times 6 is 60. Rounded to 100 divided by 20 is 5. I think it's 5. Jeez. This is a long one. 18 rounded to... Does that make it 0? Plus 1 is 1? Interesting. That was cool. I like that. Also, I should have said repeating, of course, after 33, but, you know, it's fine. Messed it up. So we could walk back around. We could get dining room. Puzzle in room 8. I feel like we're right there. So we don't have the key, so we can't actually put that in the... lockpick kit. We can't put that in the code check. So we could put the Pick Sound amplifier in there. If we wanted to try and combo that with the vestibule. But I would also like to get something that allows me to rotate, and that's only the ornate compass. So it's possible we would have to try and sell out to get the ornate compass. Maybe we try and get that today. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have enough gold though. Plus, I don't even know if there's anywhere we can draft it, so that might be a moot point. Could take pool now. Have a bunch of rerolls if we want to use them. Could go for freezer. You know, have all this available for tomorrow. Wouldn't be terrible. Could get armory if that had the axe. That would be something that would be useful. There's no guarantee that's going to exist. Treasure trove. Ooh, all three of these are good. Let's set ourselves up nicely for the next day. Take the freezer. We don't need anything out of here, so. Okay, that was the last room anyway, so that works. Yeah, I guess we'll put Pick Sound amplifier away. because we want that for tomorrow. With the test with the vestibule. And that's what vestibule is where we're gonna end our day. And so tomorrow we may actually keep drafting without the outer room and go for a coat check, and then go for the showroom. And hopefully we could get the ornate compass, and then we would go draft. It's basically the best option we have. One successful trigger. That's fine. Just kind of weird there weren't auto key cards actually. 2 trunks probably in the front. Go checks all the way over here. So let's do that. As sad as I am to not have jackhammer or power hammer, big center amplifier could be pretty nice. Potentially. Let's go back up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plenty of steps to get back to vestibule to end the day. So is there anything we want to do out on the grounds? I mean, we could go check underneath. Just seeing if putting him back in here would possibly do anything. Doesn't seem like it. Sub 8 again as well. Something with these bird baths. Doing the same thing for dinner. You know what doesn't quite make sense? Is that once you became the Baron, I guess why do you have to explore it new every day? Like, I get it for the game's sake, but like story-wise, like he found room 46. Should he have to like to uncover all the other secrets? Have to like reset every day? Like, I'm the Baron now. Why can't I just go sleep, you know, in my new bedroom and start from there every day? I gotta sleep outside? Like, come on. Also, if you sleep in the house, does the house change when you wake up? Like, is it just... I don't quite know how that would work when everyone's there. Or is it only when everybody leaves that it completely resets? I don't know. These questions. I must ponder. I must ruminate. That's what this game is all about, ruminating. If you were to ask one question, or if you had to describe this game in one word, what word would you use? I would say ruminate, and just leave it. They'd be like, what does that even mean? Ruminate. Ruminate on it. Maybe you'll realize. Okay. So it hasn't changed. Look at us with 7 trophies. Solve the puzzle in room 8 on rank 8. Oh shit, we are in rank 8. Right, that's rank 8. Okay. Maybe you can only get it on rank 8 and just... Ew, that's probably why the key only worked there. And not here. I was like, that doesn't... It goes to the right. Because it was on rank 8. Leading to a familiar looking room, a cryptic room that had been previewed in the final 8-letter artwork exhibited in the gallery. It is now time to ruminate over the bins, sins, and pins contained within. The bins, sins, and the pins. We need 4 more for the bullseye trophy, and then that's the sweepstakes, and that's that. And then the rest... Oh, buy out the showroom, actually. And then the rest are all just, like, playing on new games. Okay. I was thinking about something else, to be honest. May need to start reviewing some books again. Maybe take pictures of all of them just so I can refer to them easily. Okay. I couldn't use a special key there, but that would be funny. Okay. So solve it in room 8. Won't find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin down on the end. To my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. Made sense there. They both made sense there. If we spend a min or 10 lounging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. Like this, the sum of my sin as it is penned is a number within the room we are in. Like, maybe it's so obvious it's not the number we're thinking of is not 8. Sum of my sin as it is penned. The sum of my sin. The total of my sin. The total what? The total number of letters? Like that makes the most sense. We're in room 8. It's a number within the room we are in. There's no other 8, so like it has to be that. If it's 8. And the sum of my sin is, you know, the total number of letters. There's no other 8 like written somewhere in one of these words. I don't know which bin I'm often in. Maybe that's not. I should just have the 7 deadly sins list. Just make sure I'm not. They have anger, envy, gluttony, greed, lust, pride, sloth. What are these ones? These are not. Are these not the original? The 8 deadly sins? I don't know. They all got different, slightly different terms. Greed. All the pride. Huh. I don't want to type these in and maybe get a spoiler on blueprints. The first thing I see is blueprints and I'm closing it. Okay. Obviously, lust is like, you know, tense longing. Gluttony is overindulgence, overconsumption. Greed is... I mean, I know what greed is, but see what it... Greed is an ornate desire to acquire or possess more than one needs, especially in respect to material wealth. Greed isn't on here. Greed would be... I feel like greed is super similar to... It's like a mixture of lust and gluttony. A little bit. Sloth. Time is absence of interest in or habitual disinclination to exertion. Sense, okay, wrath, just like anger. Envy. We don't have envy on here either. Pride. Hubris. It's hubris. Mundanity. It's the only one I didn't see listed. Commonplace or dull. I mean, could this be that? I don't feel like it. It has to be near an N. That needs to be near the tail. That just doesn't work. Placing within a bin with an N within its sin. Alright. Is there any particular order we're supposed to, like, put them? This one says to first begin. Which one? To first begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. There's supposed to be a particular order you put them in. I don't know. Let's try it from the start. Maybe you have to do it first try? Without missing? That doesn't make sense, though. Recommend you think again if I'm ever in a bin far from the fin. It's not far from the fin. I'll find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be a bin on the end. Could that be near the fin? Hubris sin is written thin to fit it all in. I share a trend with my neighbor sin, a letter and its twin appear on each bin. Spend a minute or 10 lounging then, you know which bin I'm often in. Near the bend in the tail of the skin. I don't know. Maybe this door has to be available? I feel like this is as accurate as I can get it. So I might have to think on this some more. Eight. Huh. I don't know. But, all in all, I'm super excited. Maybe this picture will... It's funny because mundanity is right here. It's hidden. Hubris, envy, lust. Are these all the same for sure? Avarice, I think they are. Sloth, gluttony, wrath, lust, envy, hubris. Yeah, I mean... Only thing I could think is like... Maybe you aren't supposed to put one in mundanity. You leave that one empty. I don't know. Got the pedestals that have had the red letters. This is kind of what these pedestals are kind of remind me of. The pedestals that the red letters are on that we saw in the Great Alzara thing. Vision. There's also that vision, the last one, where it shows this in another like chamber. It's got like torches and there's like the statues, the kind of old like Greek looking statues. I just looked at my computer and like at the very bottom there was a blueprints thing because I typed in a bunch of the things. I didn't see that, and it was like the Google, and so the beginning like was just saying something about it. I was like, I don't want to read that. I don't even know. I feel pretty good about these. Like, there's a couple that maybe could switch, but I feel like I've tried them. I mean... It's the bend in the tail. The bend in the tail of the skin. The bend. Like, here's the bend of the tail. Right? So it's that. Huh. I mean, that really just seems like it makes the most sense there. think I tried switching this with this. Actually, and this would be considered the end. So this could be far from the fin. It's next to the fin. Could it be this? These two flipped? That goes here. I don't know. I don't know why I'm playing mouse and key, but I'm really just trying anything. So that's near the bend in the tail. Still technically. And this one is I think it still technically works. This has an N in it. This is not between two, I guess. I mean, it kind of is, but that's probably between two, but I share a trend with my neighbor Sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. This is so difficult. I don't know if I can solve this tonight. Do the animals on the statues have anything to do with it? I don't know. Been in between sin. Trying any combo. Really don't know how these two could be wrong. It says the bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. I was thinking maybe it could be on the end of the tail. Find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin down on the end. I don't know. We're gonna have to think on this a little bit. This is a really interesting puzzle, though. Very cool to have gotten roommate finally. We have been 67 days trying to figure out how to get here. That's a huge, huge puzzle to find. And all along it was just the gallery that we had to do. It's pretty crazy. So let's go vestibule. Super exciting. Vestibule, and then get the ornate compass slash what is it, the strong lockpick kit. Okay, then we'll go there. Okay, yeah, we'll have to come back to this. See where they end up when we come back next time, but rank 8, just gotta remember to go for it. It is almost certainly rare, right? I think we checked that, but yeah, it's gonna be rare, so it'll be hard to get, but exhibit in the gallery. It is now time to ruminate over the bins, sins, and pins contained within. That's right, I don't know if the pins do anything. You're supposed to pull one down when you have the answer? Maybe we only get it to try it once, like your first selections for the whole thing is all you get. But didn't specify that. Okay. Let's go end our day. We're going to have a good day going into tomorrow. With Blessing of the Monk, we've got going to have 22 extra gems and 35 extra gold. So we'll start with like 101 gold. So that's really strong. We're going to start... We won't have the key card. But I think we'll be in good shape. We could do the, we're not going to have steps to do it, I don't think. I was going to say we could do the chess puzzle. Yeah. Nah. Let's just end in vestibule. I don't think there's any other rooms we want to end in quite yet. We really want to rotate it. I think might do it. Maybe the lockpick kit. Okay. We'll try it again. Last time it didn't work so hot for us, but maybe this time it will. Alright, let's do it officially. Beautiful. We got our 110th room. Room 8 finally has been found. St. Holly Archaeological Castle of Prayers. Wow. One new room. Finally accomplished that. That's pretty awesome. There it is. Room 8. Gallery puzzle completed. Oh. This game's pretty something. And there's still more to go. We gotta solve room 8. I don't know what that's gonna get us. I would like to draft it where it has access to another door. Maybe like, maybe I had it right, but it's supposed to like unlock the door. I don't know, but I would be curious. See if that does something. I really feel like we were there. Maybe we're just missing one. Have one of them messed up. I don't know. What a great game. So we obviously want to do that. We want to continue to work with this Blessing of the Monk, and then, you know, the tunnel. Try and get into the castle. However we can manage to do that. I don't know. But I'm excited to find out more information. And we will do that next time. Thanks so much for being here, and I hope you've been enjoying watching this playthrough as much as I have been enjoying playing it. See y'all next time. Bye.